The war at the top of the welterweight division is heating up like never before. Joaquin Buckley, riding a knockout streak and now set to face Kamaru Usman at UFC Atlanta, decided to speak his mind about Islam Makhachev's move toward Jack Della Maddalena's title, and he didn't hold back. He called Islam a coward, claiming the Russian doesn't have the guts to face the real contenders in the welterweight division. Buckley is convinced that once Islam wins the belt, he'll retire, because he's scared of the killers in this division who could end his win streak. Check out exactly what Joaquin Buckley said about the Russian, including why he's so sure Islam Makhachev is afraid to face him. Let's start with the first bomb Buckley dropped. No beating around the bush. He made it clear that he doesn't believe Islam Makhachev will last in the welterweight division. Even if he manages to win the belt, Islam won't stick around to defend it, because staying in this weight class would be a death sentence for his winning streak, and the Russian doesn't want to end his career without those numbers. I already know that the fan base, they know what JDM's about, they know what he's good at, what he struggles at. That's a toss-up for Islam. Don't get it twisted. If Islam does get blessed with that title shot and he does beat JDM, he's not going to stay there. He's going to retire. He's going to get up out of there quick because he knows he's not a natural 170 fighter. And especially with myself, he's definitely going to run from a person like me. So before that even happens, I've got to make sure I get myself to that belt. But you already know the world ain't fair. Sometimes you don't get what you deserve. So this is why we've got to demand it. We've got to go after it, and we've got to take it. Joaquin Buckley also made a serious accusation. He claims Islam Makhachev was being fake with Belal Muhammad, with all that talk about not wanting to fight him because of their friendship. Buckley says Islam avoided Belal because he knew it would be a tough fight. He also claims the UFC didn't let Buckley fight Belal because if Buckley had won, Islam wouldn't have had the courage to move up and face him. Islam is only moving up because he had the right opportunity to fight the right person. Even with his brother Belal having the belt at 170, they claim that because of their relationship, he wasn't willing to move up. But I believe if he thought he could beat Belal in any type of fashion, he would move up and take that belt. But stylistically, it would have been a harder matchup even with him. But with JDM, even though JDM does have weapons, he does have a lot of threats, all you gotta do is put that guy on his back and finish him. He's a simple fighter. So I feel like Islam is looking at the best opportunity with JDM and seeing that he has an opportunity to take that belt. But if I was the person that got that shot, that got that opportunity against Belal, they knew Islam wasn't going to move up if I was able to get that belt. Buckley doesn't hold back. He's convinced Islam would never have the guts to face a fighter of his caliber, and he says the UFC knows it too. He's not just questioning Makhachev's place in the division. He says Islam will bolt from the division as soon as he gets the belt, like a true coward. Buckley paints a picture where Islam wins the title and disappears without giving legit contenders their shot. And right in the middle of this narrative, Buckley inserts himself as the rightful next in line. He turns up the heat even more by claiming he would be the toughest challenge Islam Makhachev has ever faced in his entire career, and he's sure the Russian would never submit him, let alone want to stand and trade. You can't name another guy that's doing something like that, so once I beat Kamaru Usman, there is no debate, there is no back and forth, there is no argument. We up next. You already know we got this guy from 155 coming up thinking he going to take my spot. Nah, we can't have it. I truly believe that with everything that's coming, the JDM and Islam fight is not a massive fight to make. JDM is the world champion right now, but I truly believe that Islam's got to sit back and just wait for me to get my title, because I will be the hardest fight that Islam has. He's not going to out-wrestle me. He's not going to submit me. I've never been submitted in my career, and he's definitely not going to stand on the feet with me. If the people want to see it, it's going to be made. Buckley sees the Islam versus JDM fight as a mistake. He claims this isn't a super fight, but actually a weak matchup, and makes it clear that he represents the worst-case scenario for Makhachev. It's a direct challenge, the kind that demands a response. Buckley knows the media loves a good rivalry narrative, and he positions himself as the rightful future of the division. He pushes it further by questioning whether Islam can really hang in this minefield of a weight class According to Buckley, the welterweight division is stacked with killers like Ian Gary, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Sean Brady, and Islam will have to shed blood to prove he belongs. I would love to fight him, but I don't think Islam would. Islam ain't no big threat to the welterweight division. This is the deepest weight class that you can get into right now. Not only guys like myself, but guys like Ian Gary, Shavkat, from Sean Brady. Islam's definitely going to have to prove to the world that he's ready for this division, period. I truly believe if Islam is able to win that 170-pound title, he's going to move. He's done everything that he needed to do. What's he going to do? Stick around and potentially lose that winning streak? I don't think so. I think he's really just trying to cement his name. This is really just kind of a legacy pass. And then once he wins that welterweight belt, my man going to retire at the end of the day. In my personal opinion, this win against Usman is going to catapult me into the position of being in this #1 contender spot. But obviously, this is a business. Islam has done a lot in the lightweight division. He has a massive name, and it only makes sense for the UFC to give him that opportunity to fight for the belt. Here, Buckley circles back to the retirement theme. In his eyes, Makhachev just wants a legacy stamp. Grab the belt and vanish. No fighting the hungry new wave. And once again, Buckley reinforces the idea that his win over Usman will put him at the top of the contender list. It's not just about winning, it's about winning impressively and proving that the belt shouldn't leave the division this way. And finally, the knockout blow. Buckley flat out states that the title will be his, that no one else is doing what he's doing, and that there are only two possible outcomes in the Usman fight. Either he gets the knockout, or they earn fight of the night. You already know once we beat Kamaru Usman, it's title time. It's time to go get my belt. There's no other person that's been doing what I've been doing in the roster. I don't really like to talk about other people and their careers, but like I said, mine's been unmatched with not just having 15 fights within the promotion, within 5 years, but as well going undefeated in the welterweight division. Also, knocking out every ranked opponent, and like I said, might get my 4th knockout of my ranked opponent in Kamaru Usman. When I fight Kamaru Usman, there's only 2 ways how it's going to finish. We're either going to be knocking out Kamaru Usman, or this is going to be fight of the night. That's the only 2 options. I feel like in my heart, Kamaru Usman, him being former world champion, him about to be a future Hall of Famer, I'm already knowing that he's putting in that type of work. But if he's not, then he's definitely getting knocked out come June 14th. Joaquin Buckley isn't just selling a fight, he's challenging the entire UFC structure. He's calling into question the organization's sporting merit and drawing attention to something a lot of people are thinking, but few have the guts to say out loud. Does Islam Makhachev really deserve a shot at the welterweight title? He's also raising another key question. Will the UFC reward those who take risks, fight often, and take on all comers like Buckley, or will they cave to the weight of a big name from another division who might just run off after one win? Sure, Buckley's tone is provocative, but this isn't aimed at just any fighter. This is aimed at the current pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Buckley, while angling for his own shot at the belt, is already laying the groundwork for a possible showdown with Islam Makhachev, a move with 2 goals in mind, and if either of them works out, it's already more than worth it for the American. But what about you? Do you think Joaquin Buckley could actually beat Islam Makhachev in a fight? And what about his claim that Islam wouldn't last long in the welterweight division? Do you agree that Makhachev would be quickly taken out by the division's top contenders? Drop your opinion in the comments so we can chop it up. If you're a real MMA fan and love staying on top of everything happening in the fight world, it's definitely worth checking out these 2 other videos on the screen. These are must-watch, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy them while staying up to date with the latest MMA news. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help spread the word, and I'll see you next time.